Hey guys, Roseann Zaft. A little bit of technical difficulty going on here, but we are live here in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I am with the Lifepro Swift Treadmill. Today I'm taking you beginners on a workout. So if you're new to treadmill training or you're coming back from an injury, um, you want to learn some tips and tricks, or maybe you're on a treadmill, you just want to find something different. Today, I'm going to incorporate treadmill training, a little bit of interval training, and strengthen your upper body with a towel. So welcome everybody. 11 o'clock here in Scottsdale, Arizona. Beautiful day. I've actually still got the window open, which is nice. Let me know where you're joining in from. Let me know if you are on your Swift treadmill or you're going to be getting on it, or if you're buying one. I absolutely have been so excited and grateful to have a treadmill at my studio now. This is my virtual training room, and between the VeloCycle and the Dash and the Swift, I can have any piece of cardio equipment in my room by simply making some little adjustments and moving around. Everything's so portable. Just so you know, I'm about 5'6.5", and the Swift treadmill is really suggested for people like no taller than about 5'4", 5'5". So, this is actually a really good track for me, even though my legs are pretty long. So let's talk about what we're going to do today. Okay, like I said, you want to have a towel. You want to make sure you have water. And I would definitely recommend that you put some music on, something that makes you happy, makes you move around, because it's really helpful. I think music is really motivating. Now, one thing this is my personal opinion only. There's no research behind this. I find when I do it, because I do it sometimes, when I'm watching a video or trying to read when I do my cardio, sure, the time goes by, but I am not really aware of my body, where I am in my body. And because I come from a background of fitness training, been doing it for 24 years, and I have a strong base in Pilates and therapeutic yoga, it is super important that when you're on this device, the VeloCycle, the power plate, lifting dumbbells, you have optimal alignment. So that means your posture is not, I'm going to say perfect, because we've got issues in our tissues, but we want optimal alignment, which means your head is over your shoulders over your hips over your knees over your ankles. Now, when we're walking, a lot of us tend to walk forward. We're holding on, and we will hold on, don't get me wrong, but where is your head? We have this concept in yoga training that rather than leading with the head, because we're always in our thinking head, we're thinking about what's the next thing to do. I'm in my head. Lead with your heart. So go ahead and put your hand on your heart. And if you just put your thumb and your index finger on your collarbones and lift up, that's your heart space. So if you lift your heart up into your hands like that, notice the difference. What happens to your head? I didn't even tell you to pull your shoulders back. I didn't tell you to push your head back. I just said lift up your heart. Hey, welcome, Jess. I'm so excited you're here. I think you were talking about wanting this treadmill training, right? Were you the person in our VIP group? Anyhow, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Anyhow, I want you to think when we're doing, no matter what we're doing, you're leading with your heart space. Your heart is open. Yay. Oh, awesome. It is you. Good. Welcome, girl. So when we lead with our heart in any of our work, we're automatically in good alignment. You notice the difference? I'm leading with my head. I'm looking around. I'm walking with my head. I'm leading with my heart. I'm lifted. And I'm just more open to all the benefits of the exercise I'm doing, the training I'm receiving, the messages that the universe is giving me, that I'm strong, I'm fit, I'm capable to get the job done. Now, when we go onto our treadmill, I'm going to go into some intervals. So let me talk about our programming. We're going to start with a warm-up, and I'm going to suggest to you to start with a speed of 2.0 to 2.5, whatever feels right for you. I can't tell you what it's going to be. You'll have to play around with that. And then we're going to do 3 intervals. My preferred speed will be 3.0, 3.5, and 4.0. Now, this is only a 20-second interval, so it'll go by very quick. That's just 1 minute. And then we're going to come back down to our walking speed. And I want to suggest the lower walking speed because then I'm going to incorporate some towel work. The next interval, I'm going to increase the duration to 40 seconds with those 3 speeds. Then we're going to do some arm work again. Then we're going to go back, do another interval of 60 seconds. So 1 minute at each speed. And then we're going to do some towel work. Then I'm going to proceed with coming down to a slower speed. And we're going to do a little fancy footwork, meaning we'll do some lunges and we're going to walk sideways and we're going to even walk backwards. Now, for most of this, I'm going to suggest if you are new to training, don't sell yourself short on the fact that our safety device is super important. If you're not steady, if you're not stable, please clip this to your shirt. So if for some reason you lose it, this will pull off and your device will shut down. Super important. There's a reason this safety device was designed. So use it, okay? Now, when we do some of the towel work, we'll still have it on, but when we start sidestepping and walking backwards, we may take it off. Now, everything here is optional, okay? Because we all come from different places. You might be working on a knee injury, an ankle injury. Right now, believe it or not, I have a torn labrum in my hip and a torn glute medius. Don't even ask me why that happened or how it happened. But it's not stopping me from treadmill training. I've cleared it with my doctor. Yes, you heard me. I cleared it. I don't just go ahead and assume, oh, I'm good because I'm a fitness trainer. So I want to make sure that I can do these kind of things. So hopefully you have clearance from your doctor to do this exercise. Now, in this particular class, I'm not going to talk about your heart rate too much. However, if you find that you are huffing and puffing, and you might be, come on, let's face it, if your heart muscles deconditioned, we are learning to strengthen it. Just like when we do a bicep curl, we're contracting and releasing that muscle. And it might be weak in the beginning and we only are holding 1 pound or 2 pounds. And then before you know it, we're 5 pounds and then maybe 10 pounds. It's the same thing with your heart. So if you find that you feel like you're huffing and puffing, and we have these awesome sensors on the Swift that will give you an indication of your heart rate. Now they're not precise. They're not as accurate as when I wear my Apple Watch, or if I'm wearing a band, or my Yahoo armband. Those are much more precise. But this is going to give you a good indication of where your heart rate is. If you look in the Swift manual, there's a guide there of where you should be training. So this interval we're doing, basically, we're going to stay in the fat burning zone. Welcome. You're helping to lower leg edema. Dr. cleared and welcome good walking exercise. Absolutely. We want to move the lymph through our system. And when we do that by bending our knees, we have lymph glands behind our knees, in our groin, in our armpits. We're going to get that lymphatic movement through our body. So walking is such a good exercise. And, it's easy to do and it's effective. But again, I'm going to tell you guys a million times, I never get tired of saying this. Posture is everything. Okay, so let's see, what else do I want to tell you? People ask me this. Should I stretch before I go on a treadmill? In my opinion, your warm-up is your stretching for your activity. So why would you stretch a cold muscle? It doesn't make sense to try to stretch a hamstring when it doesn't have blood flow in the tissue, right? So I would rather you walk, and that's why we're going to warm up for a couple of minutes. And then at the end of this workout, we will stretch. That will make more sense. We'll lengthen our muscles, and I'll show you some options with stretching as well. If you have any questions along the way, now I won't be able to, I have to actually walk up close to look at the screen. I have a big TV screen, but I got old eyes, okay? So if I can't see the question, I promise you I will answer it later. You can always use our LifePro VIP page or the regular LifePro page to ask any questions. You can find me on social media, Roseann Zaft, LiveFit, LIVFITT. I've got a website you can check out. So if you've got questions, I'm happy to help you out because one thing I love about our LifePro family is that it's a family and we're all supporting each other along the way. So make sure you got some water. Make sure you got some tunes. I'm not going to have any tunes on because I want to make sure you can hear me clearly. If you've got questions, bring them on. And let's begin. I'm going to have you enter your treadmill, stand on your treadmill. And before we do any actual work on this, what I'd like to do is just hold on. I'm going to put my towel over the track and you're going to hold on and we're going to roll on our toes. Okay. So this is kind of what we're doing. We're not stretching. We're going to articulate. I want you to roll onto the big toe and then drop down to the heel. Now, for just a moment, look down to make sure that your knees are in line with your hips. You're not too wide and you're not too close. You want to feel like two railroad tracks. Okay, and then we're going to roll. Feel your feet. Super important to have good shoes. These are a fairly new pair of Brooks. That's my favorite shoe for all my exercise. They're meant for running. Now, you see I'm going to add a little bounce to it. I'm going to just add up and down and lift and lower. Let's do this again. Contracting the calves, tightening the butt muscles, lifting the heart, ears are back, and you're lightly holding on. Okay, let's do this for about another minute or so. And breathe. Super important that you think about a nice big inhale and a long exhale. Okay, you feel those ankles and toes and heels, calves. Let's go for about 10 more of these. In Pilates, we call this prancing, okay? I'm just lifting and lowering on the toes, on the heel, and get a good articulation of my ankles. It's not uncommon for me to see many of my old clients dragging their feet, not able to really lift up the toes and point and flex the feet. And a couple more. Can you feel how already your ankles are kind of warmed on this? Great. Now, you're going to straddle your rails and go ahead and put I'm going to do two. I'm going to practice what I preach. Go ahead and put your clip on to your shirt. And let's hit the start button. There's a countdown. And our speed starts default at 1. And find a speed that works for you to warm up. I'm going to start at 2.0. Hands are on there. I'm gently pressing down to lift my heart. And think about that articulation. Heel, toe, heel, toe. And you're going to start getting your quads contracted. Those are the thighs, the front of the thighs. I want to start feeling the butt muscles as I push the leg back. It's almost like I'm taking my foot and dragging the treadmill back. Check in with your heart rates right now. Oh, it's interesting. My heart rate's already going up. What a surprise. I put my hands on here when I was just doing the calf raises or the prancing, and I was at 78, and now I'm at about 85-ish. Okay, so this is our first minute. Go ahead and add on. I'm going to go to 2.5. Now notice I'm not white knuckle gripping this. I'm gently lifting. I've got stability here. If you feel like you're on a surfboard, you probably are. Make your feet a little bit wider. And get that nice articulation of heel toe. The heel plants, the toe pushes back. The breath is in and the breath is out. And as I said, we're just doing about a 2-minute warm-up of our legs. Now the intervals will be rather quick, so pay attention. Feel the abdominals pulled in. Feel each butt muscle cheek to cheek, pressing back. Now prepare. In 5 seconds, we start with our first interval. I'm going to go up to 3.0. Pick your target. You can change it if you want. Okay, so for 20 seconds, we're at 3.0. My hands are still on the sensors. Okay, a little bit more speed. You don't have to drop your head down. Let your eyes look down rather than dropping your head. Okay, let's add on again. 3.5, 20 seconds. You can have smaller steps. They don't have to be long strides. Taking a breath in and out. Prepare. We're going to change it again, and let's go up to your maximum speed. This is 4.0 for me. And I like this pace right now. This is a comfortable pace for me generally to walk at. In 5 seconds, go back down to 2.0. Okay, let's come on, bring it down. That's the minus button. 2.0. That's going to feel like you're really dragging, right? If you are comfortable with this, I'd like you to take your hands off and see what that feels like. Grab onto your towel. Your palms are going to face up. Okay, so it's like you're holding a platter, and you're just going to pull that towel. I'm going to get off my treadmill for a second to show you what I mean. My elbows are here. Oop, I can't go too far. And you're going to pull. Little pulls. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to reach your arms up, and you're going to pull as you do a bicep curl. Reach and pull. If you are not comfortable with holding the towel like that, just do one hand at a time. Do about 5 reps on one side, and then 5 on the other side. You don't need to pull that towel. But I want you to feel like you're really holding weight. Okay, let's do a couple more with me. So that's your option for those of you that are not ready to let go. What this works is the deltoid and the bicep. Put your towel down, grab a sip of water. You need to learn how to walk and drink. And now we're going to start in our second interval in 20 seconds. I'm going to give you some time here. Remember, now this one's 40 seconds. Are you ready? Start adding speed. In 10 seconds, you're at your first speed, that minus 3.0. Okay, let's do it, guys. Heel and toe. Take one hand off and put it behind your head. See what that feels like. We've got 40 seconds here, so we can talk about this a little bit more. Okay, head back. Feel okay? Take that hand down. Put your other hand behind your head. Notice my elbows forward. I'm not pulled back. I'm just supporting my posture. That feel okay? Let your hands just press against the side. I'm not holding on. Push against the side and feel your back body contracted. Okay, we're going to increase our speed in 4 seconds. So put your finger on the button. Let's take it up to that second level. Mine's 3.5. I am not going to run today on this. If you are not a beginner, but more you're used to treadmill, you can run in your next interval. You might be at a speed of 4.5, 5.0, whatever your running speed is. But we have all the time in the world to work on increasing our speed. We want our form to be awesome. Nice big breaths in and out. Okay, guys, in 10 seconds, we're going to add our third interval. Are you with me? Yeah, you are. Okay, good. Go ahead and touch the button, and let's start adding. Now, we've got 40 seconds here. Try taking your hand behind your head again. Heel, toe your feet. Oh, that feels good, doesn't it? Take your other hand behind your head. Abs are pulled in. Hand down. Both hands, you're just pressing the fingertips in. Chest is lifted. Great. In 5 seconds, we're going to slow down. Ready? Go ahead back to the minus. And come to a 2.0. Now, if you found that taking your hands off was a little scary at this speed, go slower. I'd say 1.5 is fine, okay? But I want you to keep walking. I don't want you to stop. Grab your towel. You're going to reach so that, I'm going to show you this. Your hands are even, okay? Line up your index fingers with your shoulders. Okay, we're going to reach up and down. Up and down. I'm pulling that towel apart. I'm just doing front raises here. If you're not in your neck, you can reach higher. But if you feel that your shoulders are lifting up, don't go that high. I'm going to go a little faster. This is a little too slow for me. Okay. Exhale, inhale. Or inhale, exhale. I don't care when you do it. Just breathe, okay? Lift up and down. I'm going to have you do 5 more of these. And exhale and inhale. 4. This is our front raise. 3. You don't have to go over your head, honestly. This high as your shoulders and below your shoulders is fine. Now from here, you're going to bend your elbows. We're going to press up and down. My palms are facing away. The palms could face in. I like to face away, a little overhead press. My elbows are narrow, so watch what I'm doing here. I'm lifting and lowering. If you go too high, you'll get in your neck, so keep your shoulders down and slide the hands up as if your hands are on a wall. I'm pulling that towel apart. So my back muscles and my rhomboids, I talked about them yesterday when we did the velo class. The muscles between the shoulder blades are contracting. My shoulder muscles are contracting. My biceps are contracting. And we have 5 and 4, 3. Can you feel your shoulders burning? Who needs to wait? 2, 1. Make sure the elbows don't fling out. Keep them in. Okay, get rid of your towel. Grab some water. Next interval. It's a long one. It's 60 seconds. So just let's talk for a second before we start the next one. Now, again, if you don't want to let go, you could have done that same exercise with one hand up, with one arm up, very hugging muscles to the bone until you're comfortable letting go. Okay, guys, let's go. 3.0, here we go. 1 minute. Now, we're already 10 minutes on here. You should feel your shoulders, feel your butt, feel your quads, feel your ankles, feel your feet, feel your heart. If you are comfortable now, let's take one hand off. Just kind of leave it there lightly. You can hold on if you want. Other hand. And just be very light fingertips. Maybe it's just your index fingers or your peace fingers that are pressing down to keep your heart lifted. We're halfway through this 1 minute on 3.0. Heel toe. Get all leg muscles to work. You want to get every muscle in your body active in this walk. It's super important. We don't want to just slide our feet. Okay, guys, 3.5 if you're with me. Let's do it. If you'd like to take your palms here now and start pumping your arms. Like you have 2 plates. You're offering 1 plate then there. I'm not pulling my elbows back. I'm pushing forward. I'm just kind of offering up. We'll be doing this with a towel momentarily. You can also have your thumbs up, a little sawing move, but active. I'm actually getting the upper body involved here. Got 30 seconds. Now, if your heart rate's too much, bring it down. Just by not pumping your arms, you'll use a little less energy and the heart rate will drop. Let me see what my heart rate's doing with that. Because I can feel it going up. Heck yeah. It's so interesting how just a little bit of that can go a long way. In 5 seconds, guys, You're at your highest interval. Okay, 1 minute here. Now, I like to sometimes do little steps, power walk, heel, toe, okay? Small steps, or you can take long, broad steps. You can mix it up. I find if you have any low back problems, keep your steps closer together. If you go for those long strides, it kind of stresses the lower back. So keep the feet under your hips. Ready to pump your arms with me? You can either offer plates or saw. We have 20 more seconds in this interval. You can change it at any time. Your road, your ride. That's what I say on a bike. Why not on a treadmill? Your road, your ride. Okay, the last 8 seconds. Okay, let's kick it back down. Come to your lightest or slowest speed. 2.0. Let's check that heart rate. Oh, snail's pace, isn't it? Nice and slow. Check in here with your heart rate. Let the heart rate come down a little bit. Our last set of arm work. If this speed is okay for you, great. If you want to go a little quicker, great. Want to go slower, great. Let's do this. Okay. We're going to keep the elbows at the side. I'm going to push, knuckles forward, pull. Now I'm not pulling back so far like this. I'm just pulling, hit the brakes. Push, pull. Got it? Let's do it. Press, release. Yeah, feeling the burn. Push, pull. Push, pull. Now I'm not grabbing the towel like crazy. I've got my thumb and my index finger are like pliers. I'm not white knuckling this. You don't need all 5 fingers to hold on to that towel to get a good tension. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Hit the ribs. 5, 4, 3. I'm working triceps, biceps, shoulders. Oh my. Now, from here, you're going to hold the towel in closer. Your elbows are going to come up. Watch it, your wrists don't bend. I'm just pulling that towel apart. I'm down, I'm pulling. Pull the elbows out. Ready? Let's do it. These are upright rows. Pull elbows up. You can see how my elbows are in front. They're not pulled back. Pull them forward. Exhale. Now, I find when people do upright rows, their shoulders come up with them. So when the elbows are at the top, check to make sure you drop your shoulders. And we've got 10 more of these. My shoulders are burning. 9, 8. I love isometric working exercises. 7, 6. Jack LaLanne did it all the time. If you're old enough to remember him. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Wow. Yeah, I'll be able to burn. Grab some water. Now I'm going to do 1 interval of lunges. For many people, lunges aren't the favorite thing. I want to encourage you to go to a slow speed, maybe 1.4, 1.2. Okay, here's what's going to happen. You're going to bend. Now, I'm not leaning forward. I'm just going to roll back. I'm lifting that back heel. It's not a big lunge. I'm just bending and straightening. Bend. You can kick one leg back. I'm going to go a little slower for this. Down, kick back. Now, I will lean forward for this because my glute works. Knee, kick. My toes are slightly rotated out. Make sense? If you feel in your lower back, you're not tightening your glutes, and you're not using your abs. You want the butt muscle to lift the leg. If that's not working for you, just do these little bends. Drop, lift, like a T-bag, okay? You're coming up, you're the lifting T-bag. Down, up, roll through your feet. This is ankle articulation. Knee over the foot. Knee over the foot. This one will definitely, I'm huffing and puffing, get your heart rate up. Let's go for 5. I'm going to push off 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, that was your lunge. Now, we've got one little exercise. I'm going to go up to about 1.4 speed. The towel is behind me. My palms are facing back. I'm going to just pull back. Little tricep pushes. Press back. Exhale. Exhale. Roll those shoulder blades in. Nice straight arms. And my hands are super straight. I'm not bending my wrists. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bicep curl. Then I want to show you. My elbows are in. I'm holding that towel wide. Let me come off here to show you. Okay, thumbs are out. See my index fingers? I'm holding on with my pinky, my ring, and my middle finger. My index finger and my thumb are pointing out. This will really help anyone who likes to do too much of a white knuckle grip and create any problems in the elbows, tennis elbow. Okay, it's a good habit to get into with a lot of things in life. I deal with a lot of people with tennis and golf elbow, and it's their trigger finger is really doing too much work. Okay, let's go for 10, 9, 8, oops, I lost my towel, 7, 6, use that bicep to bend the elbow, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You don't need your towel. And I'm going to suggest now that you are careful. We're going to do a side step. Let me show you first. I'm holding on. My outside foot comes over my inside foot. Now my inside foot is going to point toward the control panel. I call this the T stance. It looks like this. I don't know if you guys can see me. I'm in a T stance, okay? The outside foot toe points forward, the inside foot, the toe points toward the control panel. Okay, so I'm going to bring that front foot forward and push out. I'm using my hip to push away. Inner thigh and hip or outer thigh. Let's go for 10. Now hold on here. You can do this, or you can reach if you're comfortable. Okay, a little different. We never think about this on a treadmill, but why not? Besides walking forward, we should sidestep and use those hip muscles. Now we're going to do it from the other side, so carefully transition. Your inside leg is going to point forward, toward the panel. The outside leg is pointing straight ahead. And you're pushing out with that outside leg. Push that treadmill, the belt away. Keep your chest lifted, the heart lifted, and I want you to feel that hip. You might notice one hip is a little tighter than the other. You got to really be aware of your foot placement on here. If you have big feet, be very careful. Cross over. Let's go for 8, 7. You feel a nice little stretch on the outside hip. 4 more. Chest lifted. 3, 2, 1. Great. Now we're at 20 minutes. I'm not done with you yet. I've got one more thing I want you to try. My speed is 1.4. I am going to be careful as I turn around. I don't know if I can do this, but let me try it first with this plug. I normally don't use it. Yeah, I can. Okay. So I'm turning around. I'm holding on, and I'm digging my heels into the belt as I bring my chest up, and I'm pushing the belt forward with my heels. And my elbows are bent, chest is open. So just a counter stretch of the hip flexors. The glutes work like crazy. And I'm holding on. I don't let go when I walk backwards. I always hold on. It's just safe to do that. How's that working for you? Now, if you're comfortable, you can go for a faster pace. I generally walk backwards at about a 2.5 to 2.7. but 1.4 is just as effective. But see my heels digging in, my toes come up. That's it. Okay, turn around carefully, and we're going to hit the stop. 22 minutes on my timer here that we're on. Oh, I lost my speed already, so I don't know how fast, how much distance we're going. Can I find that out? I don't think it's going to tell me. Oh well. Go ahead and take your safety clip off, and now we stretch. I'm going to ask you to step back, keep one foot on the platform or the belt, and this back foot, spin the heel out. Okay, look at your foot. You should have really good alignment. You're going to lean into get a really nice stretch of the foot that's on the floor. Also, you'll feel a stretch in your hip flexor. If my left foot is back, left hand's going to go behind my head and push my head back. And then I got to stretch all the way down my body. And breathe. We're going to switch legs, so step back. I want that front knee right over the ankle. I'm pushing into the rails, handrails to lift my chest. Belly is pulled in. I'm going to reach my right hand forward and up, pushing my head back and pressing my right hip forward. Really nice stretch all the way down that leg. Now let's change the stretch. Hold on and bring your right foot forward, and you're going to bend the left knee, and here's your hamstring stretch here. Super simple. You can tap and lift. I'm not running my back. I love holding on because that way I'm not dumping. People think if they lean down and touch their toe, they're going to get more stretch. No, I want a long muscle in the back here. Pull the toe up toward the knee, and that standing knee is bent. Okay, you're going to switch that foot on the floor, other foot forward. Make sure the toe straight up to the sky. Bend the knee. It's like you're dragging your heel back. You're into your hip crease, dragging it back. And breathe. Pull the chin in. Head wants to come forward. Pull. Lift your heart up to your chin. Lift the corners of your mouth too. You're almost done. This should feel good. So we did a hamstring stretch and a calf stretch. Now we're going to go into a quad stretch. You have a couple options. Some of you can lift up and grab onto your knee and your ankle or your shoelaces and drop your knee down. My knees are side by side like this. That's a big stretch on the quad. If you have to do this kind of stuff, don't. Just don't. Okay, knee up, grab on, let the knee drop down. Otherwise, you're going to take the foot onto your shoelaces on top of the belt, and you're going to just tuck your tailbone. It's like you're dragging your hip forward, and you're going to get a nice stretch into that quad. It's effective. Okay, it doesn't have to be burning like crazy to lengthen that quad and hip. Let's do the other side. Okay, so you take your foot. You can even take it back behind you a little bit and feel like you're pulling the hip bone up toward the belly and get that stretch. Or you can always bring the knee up, grab the ankle, and I want the heel to come toward the butt. You can grab the shoelaces. See how I have my shoulder rolled back? Excellent. The last stretch is for the hips, the figure four. So I want you to hold on. Let's see. Yeah, let's hold on just to the handles here. And you're going to cross over. So a figure four looks like this. It makes the letter 4, right? And you're going to sit back. Now hold on. You just push your butt back. Stand up. Bring the hips back. And up. And back. If you need more, I don't know if I'm going to be out of the screen or not, you can hold on. And this way you can really hold on to the machine and go a little deeper. Let's switch sides here. So again, I'm doing a figure 4. I'm going to cross over. If you're tight in your hips, you might be like that, right? So we want to just try to open that hip up as much as we can. Hold on and sit back. Look at my supporting knee. It doesn't come forward, it shifts back. And I'm getting a stretch into the right hip. Okay, one more time. Spine is long. Great. Last but not least, I want you to take one leg. I'm going to take my left, and we're going to make big circles. And around. 3. My hips are rotating here. 2. And reverse it. Take that knee out and around. Cross your center. 5. 4. How you guys feeling? 3. I'm holding on. You don't need, this is not a balance class. So, although if you feel good about it, don't hold on. Okay. Let's do the other leg. So bring the knee out and around. Out and around. Breathe with it. 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch it out. That knee goes out first. So hold on, knee out. Bring it around. Little circles in the hip. Kneecap circles. Beautiful, guys. Great. Grab your towel, please. How are we doing time-wise? Oh, yeah. We've got just a few more minutes. I didn't want to go too long on this. So see how wide my towel is? This is my normal towel width or length. I'm going to grab the end. I made it a lot wider. Okay, I'm going to reach up. Big stretch. Bend the elbows. I want to stretch that chest open. My elbows are going to come forward. Okay, and open up. We want to stretch all those muscles that we worked in our shoulders. You're going to reach up and bend over to one side. Get a nice big stretch. Pull with the bottom arm. Get a stretch. Come on back to center. Okay, get your arm by your ear and pull. That's for your lats. Do that again because it feels good. And bend. Oh, really nice. Over the way. One more time. For some reason they say it. 3's a charm. Head goes with you. Let your head go. Keep your heart lifted. And now take the towel behind your neck. Okay, pull your chin in. And we're going to just reach all the way up. Big stretch here. Just the arm. Other side. Keep the chin pulled back. Other arm reaches up and over. You're going to take that towel. Reach forward. Tuck your chin. Bend your knees. Drop your head. Pull that towel apart. Shake your head no. Shake it yes. You're going to roll your spine up bone by bone. I forgot to tie my hair up. It's all on my face now. Reach back in a big stretch, guys. Thank you so very much. I hope this was a helpful video for you today. Got my heart rate up, that's for sure. If there's anything that you need, any kind of workouts you want to see, whether it's weights, you want more core training, you want more leg training, let me know what you want. I'm so glad that this was a great training for starting on your Swift. Enjoy it. This is a great machine. And you know, the Lifepro people have a lifetime warranty on their equipment. So have a happy and healthy life with your Swift treadmill. Get stronger. Also, make sure you're fueling your body. I know Amber was talking about anti-aging products yesterday on the live, and we have such great products from Lifepro. But you've got to feed your body good stuff. You can't eat sugar and all the junk food and expect to have glowing skin because you are what you eat. So I'm a big fan of green smoothies. I have a lot of videos on my YouTube station, Roseann Zaft, that's Z-A-F-T, on how to make some yummy, delicious green smoothies. So after a treadmill workout, you don't want to put any junk back in your fuel tank. You want to fuel up with some really good stuff. So a green smoothie gives you the fiber you need to help get rid of toxins in your body. It's easily digestible. So if you do have digestive problems, it's easy to digest. It has good carbohydrates from fruits and vegetables. What else? You can add some protein powder in it. So it's almost a complete meal. I add chia seeds or nuts in my smoothie, so you've got healthy fats. You've got a complete meal. So I wanted to make sure that you guys knew that we have all the things to make your body feel good, but participate in that by fueling yourself with really good stuff so you have the energy to help the healing from the inside out and the outside in. Again, thank you so very much. I'll see you guys next week. I'm going to do my last velo training. We're going to do a combination upper and lower. And then we will be starting, do I have any videos with the 3D platform? You know, there are a slew. Literally, I think I have literally done about 40 videos, and I've used my waiver and I've used the Rumblex Pro 4D. And I say this with almost all my videos on the platform. It doesn't really matter what platform you have because you can do all this stuff on any of the platforms. So I have they have Lifepro. Joel has enabled me to share with you guys my expertise on therapeutic yoga moves, um, a lot of stuff on shoulders and hips and core. As I just started to say, I'm going to be coming out with a series of four lives of Pilates training on the platform, and I think I'm going to be using combining the Rumblex and the Waiver. I'm also going to do a series of Pilates training using the Balance Trainer. So make sure you stay tuned for that as well. We're just trying to give you as much stuff as we can here. I am so grateful that I can share my 24 years of fitness training experience with you guys. You are only a beginner once, okay? So if this was your first time on the treadmill, you're only a beginner once. Every day that you practice, you get better, right? And you are no longer a beginner because you're doing the deal. And if you fall off the wagon, so to speak, and you don't do it, it's just like I always think of it as I'm driving on the freeway and I miss the exit. Well, guess what? Get off the exit, turn around, and get off the next exit, turn around, and get back on. So you always get back on, and you start slow and you build up. Okay, guys, it's almost 12 o'clock here. I have a strawberry shortcake green smoothie waiting for me in my refrigerator that I'm going to enjoy. Make sure you finish drinking up your water. Hydration is key. We just push a lot of toxins through the body, so flush them out. Have an awesome weekend, TGIF, and I'll see you really soon. Bye for now.